Anything with bangs or face framing layers, if you pull it back, adorable. Plus this bottom. So it's like there's like 3 tiers of layers in this almost. You're gonna love the feeling of this. It honestly feels really beautiful. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to give you a quick review on this cutie patootie wig on my head called Kate by Envy. But before I jump into it, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. Okay, so the reason I wanted to show you guys Kate today is because she is not only really cute, obviously, but she's pretty darn budget friendly. And whenever I find a pretty good budget friendly item, I love sharing them with you because I know how important it is to make sure I try and share with you an array of different items as opposed to just those super expensive ones that not everybody can necessarily afford. So let me hop right to it and let you know that the color I'm showing today on Kate is called Golden Nutmeg. So Golden Nutmeg is going to be a base of like a lighter cinnamon brown color. So it's going to be more of like a reddish, a warm reddish brown. I hope you can see how the warmth comes through in that. And then it has all of these golden blonde highlights over top, plus a medium brown root here. Now you will find that with this color, I find that all of that golden blonde highlighting is definitely done on the top, but underneath you're not going to see as much. You can see how it's mostly just that reddish cinnamon brown here. And at the nape, you don't really have a lot of that golden blonde highlighting showing through. So that golden blonde is definitely more dusted on top as opposed to going throughout the whole entire wig, if that makes sense. So Kate is gonna be pretty long and it's gonna also have a lot of layers in it. You're also gonna find that the ends are gonna be nice and textured and wispy as opposed to being more of a blunt cut everywhere. So we do have all these really pretty layers that even frame your face in the front. They kind of whoosh into the front right here. And you will see all of these layers all throughout. So you have this top layer here. You almost have this sort of next level of layering going on, plus this bottom. So it's like there's like 3 tiers of layers in this almost, which makes this a really stylish and versatile cut. So let me spin around and show you what Kate has to offer. So as I was spinning, I'm sure you were able to notice that Kate has a good amount of hair on her. She's definitely not a light density at all. Kate is absolutely a medium density style, even like a little higher than medium. So when I put this all back into a ponytail, you can see that there is quite a bit of hair on her that I'm grabbing. Like I feel like I'm grabbing like that much hair. So she's absolutely a medium to a little bit higher density style. Plus Kate has a good amount of permatease on her too. So permatease is that short haired crimping effect that we have at the roots of some wigs to give it volume and to just give it that lift that sometimes some styles need. Plus it's there to make sure it hides some of the wefting in the cap. So if your hair moves in a certain way, you're not going to see through the wefting to your scalp and you're not going to necessarily see that it is a wig. So the permatease is great for a couple of reasons, but just know that Kate has permatease. So you are going to have a little bit more volume. She's not going to lay as low profile and as flat to your head as the ones that don't have permatease, of course. So if you are someone who has been experiencing hair loss and you have a style, like your bio hair is a style that's similar to this in a sense that it has bangs and it's long and it's layered, and you're like, hey, Kate might be good, I just want to make sure you understand that when you first get Kate, or if you are to get Kate, she's probably going to feel like a lot of hair and you might be overwhelmed with the amount of hair, especially if you have been experiencing hair loss. So even though she's a really cute style, you just might feel like there's too much hair. Now, Kate is made with plain synthetic fibers. So when I say plain synthetic fiber, I mean that you can't necessarily go and take a hot tool like a hair straightener or curling iron and just go put it on this and expect it to work. If you do that, you're going to singe your fibers, you're going to ruin your fibers. A plain synthetic fiber style can't necessarily take the same amount of heat that human hair or heat-friendly synthetic styles can. You can, however, safely use wet heat on this, like steam, or you can use some heat tools at a really low heat setting. So just be very careful when using heat on a style like Kate that is synthetic. One thing I will mention about synthetic fibers is that they tend to be a little bit shiny. So I'm sure you can see the shine glaring off of here. I don't have the sun in front of me. I'm standing in front of a window on a cloudy day. So this is sort of shaded natural light. I don't have any artificial fluorescent lights behind me either. So this is all natural shaded light, but you can still see that shine coming off. What I will mention about these particular fibers by Envy is that they're very soft and they're also quite lightweight. So you're gonna love the feeling of this. It honestly feels really beautiful. If you are worried about a little bit of shine, as you wash it and wear it, the shine does dull a little bit over time. It's not gonna completely go away though, but it does sort of dull down after washing and wearing. Plus, you can also get some dry shampoo or baby powder, spray it or sprinkle it all over and kind of work it in, and that's gonna help reduce the shine a little bit as well. So there definitely are ways to work around it if it's something that does bother you. So earlier I did mention that Kate is a budget-friendly style. So you could get Kate at a 30% off price, and it's gonna run you somewhere around $150 US, which is a pretty good price, especially for this length and a cute style like this. But the reason that Kate is a little bit less expensive, a little bit more budget friendly, is because she's made with a basic cap. And when I say a basic cap, I mean that she has been completely machine made. There's no hand tied features on this at all. So with Kate, you're not gonna have a lace front. So if you were to bring the bangs back, it's gonna look like this, which, you know, doesn't really look natural, of course. But the great thing about Kate is that she does have bangs, so you don't have to necessarily worry about that hard front you see here and that lack of a hairline. The bangs are gonna cover it and you're gonna have absolutely no idea that the hairline looks as icky as it does. And I will mention that I really love the density of these bangs. They aren't too thick and they aren't too thin. They're like a perfect amount of wispiness, a perfect amount of bang, in my opinion. And I like how they make sure that they go all the way across your forehead. I find sometimes bangs just like stop here and they don't keep going. But these ones are full, yet wispy, yet not thin, yet not too thick. I just feel like it's a perfect bang. They are, however, a little bit long on me, but you can always point cut them if you want to get them a little bit shorter, but just be careful because they don't grow back. But if you do like the length on them, then that's awesome. And they can also be a bang that you could split to the side if you want to, because they are just like a little bit longer. Or you could even do a bit of a side swept look if you prefer having them to one side. So there is a little bit of versatility with these bangs so that it can work for many different people. Okay, let's go back to the cap and the fact that it is a budget-friendly cap, being that basic cap that it is. So one thing you should know about these basic caps is that not only are you not gonna get that natural hairline if there's no lace front there, you're also not gonna get that natural illusion of scalp in your part line, and you're gonna have a permatease top. So when you try and part this, so you can part it anywhere you want, but when you do part it, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see all this short-haired crimped fiber at the top, and you're not gonna get the illusion that it is growing from your scalp. So you just have to be aware of that. However, I do find that if you choose a color that is rooted, such as this one, that really sort of tricks the eye and it gives it that shadow shade and it makes it look not quite as obvious that you don't have that part line there. So if you are looking for a style that is a basic cap that has a permatease top and no monofilament feature or hand-tied feature on the top, I would encourage you to find a style that does have a root if that is something that works for you. So because this has a permatease top, we are gonna have some permatease on the top, which is gonna give it that volume. So I was mentioning earlier how Kate is a style that has a lot of permatease. So not only does it have permatease on the top, it does have permatease throughout your cap and throughout your wefting. So I feel permatease all over this cap. It's not just a little bit either, it's quite a bit. So you can work with it. You can get Kate to look a little bit fuller if you get your fingers in there, and it can be poofy if you want it to be poofy and voluminous. If you're trying to get Kate to lay a little bit more flat, honestly, you're not gonna get her to lay too flat. Like, she's always gonna have a little bit of that poof to her because of that permatease and because it's, you know, there's a good chunk of permatease there. So I will say this again, if you don't want that full look, Kate might not be the one for you. But if you are okay with having this more voluminous style, I think Kate is absolutely adorable. One thing I do like to do though, if I ever have a style where, you know, some days I'm loving the extra volume, you know, maybe I'm wearing her out and the volume works for my outfit, but some days I might want to wear her and she just feels like she's too much for the vibe I'm trying to go for. But what I like to do is I like to then style her, and I find putting these styles back in a half up, half down really helps to sort of eliminate that permatease because it kind of pulls it a bit tighter for you, and it makes it look a lot more casual and a lot more effortless and a lot more, or a lot less perfect, if you know what I mean. So let me put this in a half up, half down so you can kind of see what I mean. Oh, I didn't get all the hair back there. So already, I think she's so cute in a half up, half down. Anything with bangs or face framing layers, if you pull it back, adorable. Okay, look how cute this is just in a half up, half down. And look how that automatically like diminished that permatease, made it lay a lot flatter. And now it's just a style that I feel like could work as an everyday style. So here she is. Pinned back. I don't know what the back looks like. Obviously I did that pretty quick. Hopefully the back looked good. But do you see what I mean? Kate is suddenly something that I would wear every day with a jeans and a t-shirt. And now since we're doing this, let me take out the half up, half down and show you what Kate might look like in a claw or like an updo. I'm just gonna get this tag out of here because otherwise it's gonna get in my updo. Okay, so she would also be cute in a claw, but remember, this is a lot of hair, so you'll probably need like a bigger claw. I got a big one. And I would always leave some hair in the front too to sort of frame your face. And, well, I didn't do a great job, but it's kind of an idea. Anyways, Kate is a really good one to put in updos, to put in half up, half downs. You could even do something like braids with Kate or pigtails with Kate, just because there's enough hair to do that. And she would look really sweet as long as you're kind of keeping it over your ears, not exposing that ear tab there. But man, I actually really like this one. All right, let's just quickly talk about the lengths here. So the bangs are gonna run about 5 inches long. So from where they attach to the wig, they are about 5 inches long. The crown, so right up here, is gonna be about 11 inches. You'll see that there, how that's about 11 inches in length. The sides, you're gonna find are about 12 inches long. And then the nape is 12.5 inches. So when they say from the nape, they mean from where it's attached to your nape here, that is going to be 12.5 inches long. So sometimes I like to take that measurement from the nape because that tends to be the longest point on the wig. So I like to take that measurement from the nape and measure 12.5 inches from, like, let's say I had my wig off or I didn't have the wig on and I wanted to know where it would lay on me. I would put my measuring tape sort of at where my wig would lay at my nape and measure where 12.5 inches would be so that I can find where it's gonna land on my back, if that makes sense. Usually I like taking my measuring tape and showing you exactly how long it is, kind of from the top of your head to the very end. But I can't find my measuring tape. I think my daughter took it and has hidden it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So I just want to make sure you know that if you were to measure from your nape 12.5 inches down, that'll be around where Kate is going to lay on you. Now, since I have this off, let us take a look at the inner workings of the cap so you can see sort of what a basic cap is gonna look like. So remember, when I say basic, I just mean it's all machine made. So what I love about this is even though it doesn't have that lace front, we do have a really comfy velvet front here. So if you're someone who is sensitive to materials and sometimes those lace fronts like hurt or are pokey, this is gonna be a really comfy cap because you're gonna have that really soft velvet right up at the front here. This is where all that permatease is on top. So you don't have that illusion of scalp, you just have this sort of wefted permatease top here. And then we have our open wefted cap. So that means that all of the fibers are sewn into these rows on the wig. It's open so you can stick your fingers through it. It's breathable, it's ventilated, it's nice and stretchy. We have all this elastic sewn throughout your wefting to stretch over your head. This also has some velvet ear tabs and a velvet extended nape, which is also really comfortable. Now Envy is using these pull adjusters so that you can accommodate the circumference up to about 1/2 inch either way. Now I will mention that my head is a petite size. It's about 20.5 inches in circumference, 11.5 inches front to nape, and 11.5 inches ear to ear. I find that Kate is a little bit big on me, which means that to me, she fits about an average size. I would bring the adjusters in a little bit to make it a little bit more snug in my circumference. Plus there's a little bit of extra cap going on here. It's not fitting my head like a glove. So this does fit true to average. It might be a little bit big on you petite sized people. And it may work a little bit for anyone who's a little bit bigger than average because there is quite a bit of stretch in this cap, so you should be okay. All right, you guys, I think that's all I have to say about Kate. Let me know what you think of her below. Is this one that you would wear or is this one that you would pass on? I know that there's a lot of women out there who are like, absolutely not, I will never wear a basic cap. But a lot of you love the basic cap. So let me know below. I love seeing what you guys are into. And it also helps me figure out what I need to share with you guys too, to see if there might be more I need to share that are kind of like this, or if you guys are like, no, we don't like seeing that at all. But anyways, let me know in the comments. Go have yourself a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.